first job to cut. Everybody else's yards were soaked, and this is the only yard that I know that I can cut right now. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the 36 out, see how it handles. I really need a shoot blocker on this, so I'm gonna do what I can with shooting it out to one side, and I still have to use a time master to get up in the small corners. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to without the shoot blocker. So yes, I went ahead and edged it really quick, and it's coming back. You'll see that. So it's going to be the first real job using it. So let's go ahead and check that out. Let's get it out. Put all my safety cones out everywhere. Well, there you go. You can see I strapped everything down. I sped it up just a little bit. I don't want anything moving. Believe me, I've had my experience. And with this new machine, I don't want nothing moving. Not $8,000. So here you go. Let's get going. Alright, so yeah, I got grass all up in that flower bed, all in that flower bed, all in that flower bed. Yeah, so I can't even cut over there. Yeah, you gotta wait till you see the next time I come here. I learned how to cut it a lot better. Believe it or not, I actually used the bag. So here, let's get some real audio. Hold on a second. 0.1 hours, what was that? Hardly any time on that. Well, there you go. That was the first cut. I have to get some kind of a chute blocker on that or strictly block it off because 90% of my yards I'm not going to utilize the shooting out. But it does shoot far, which I was shocked. I think it shoots farther than my zero turn. So the cut over here, either not getting on the fence or in the flower beds or on cars, it's almost redundant. So I have to have a blocker on there. As you can see now I got to blow all this out, which I hate doing because it looks bad. But I kind of had no choice. It was the way I was cutting it. It's either one side or the other. So it did cut okay. This is kind of wettish grass. I think it cuts good. I'm going to say it cuts good. Still, nothing really cuts like the Time Master, because it leaves a unique line behind when it cuts. I'm going to have to get used to it. So, but I'm liking the way it cuts first. I'm liking the way it looks good. This is very similar to the Ferris in the way it cuts, I'm thinking. But like I said, this grass is kind of wet. I think dry grass is really going to shine. I'm hoping so, because I'm seeing it cuts good. The only thing I did notice is that one wheel, like I said, it is a little higher. I saw it spinning over here. So I don't know if that's causing any kind of difference in the way it cuts. But like I said, this is the first time using it, so I'm very sketchy and nervous to use it. And I got to learn how to use it. So I think that's about it that I'm going to be able to film. Maybe a little bit in the back, I'm not sure, because I'm going to have to get the Time Master out now and do all that over there. But this grass is wet. It's not like wet, but it's so. It got okay. I like the stripes it's leaving. It's leaving nice stripes. I did go over this one side twice because I had to allow the chute to go that way. And it's hard to do this when you have the bed, so I gotta clean all that out. So there you go. That's so far, that was the first one. These cars are usually not here. I don't know whose cars they are. I usually park up farther. I got grass all over my truck. Shit. Better get that off before it settles in. And it's hard to get out. That's the one that looks a little off to me. Well, time to weed whack a. And this is why I don't weed whack first. Because all that grass that built up along these fences, it would just makes a sloppy mess. And I know, do what you want, but I'm just telling you, mow first. And that's how you cut the edge, real slow. But it's got to spin only one way in order to get that. So you can do the left side, but not the right side. You got to flip it upside down and just let it idle to get that little corner crack. So yeah, vinyl fences are very hard to weed whack. You almost got to be a surgeon. This 322 was light. That's why I don't use a heavy weed whacker. I just find that I'd rather have something lighter than have crazy power. And it's that storm, man. I'm telling you, that storm was scaring me because it was going to rain any minute. And of course, I got the 350IB battery-powered leaf blower, the most powerful leaf blower on the market. Handheld, battery, gas, bar, non-handheld, most powerful. Comes in handy for this. But let me tell you something. Don't wish for the gas power to go away, because this thing is loud when it gets up to the high velocity. So, congratulations, lawmakers, banning these things. It's going to sound like jet airplanes going down the street instead of motorcycles. So you pick your poison. But it's fun. There's a problem here. I got to explain. The standard B is leaving a line. You can't see it on camera, but the deck was off, and I ended up getting it fixed. But we'll talk about that on another video. But for the most part, it was working out okay. And I have to show the technique of how. You see how I'm hitting the grass right before it? It actually allows the air to bank and not dig into the mulch. And that's a trick that I've learned about just hitting that out of the flower beds. Yeah, I know, I could have flipped it and edged it, but I had to get out of there in a hurry, so I did a real quick float edge. Because they just recently had these done. So, yeah. I like that 350IV. If I have to go battery powered, I mean, I'd like to have this as a backpack though, but Lowe's has them on sale all the time or a good price. It's the only place you can get this one right now is on Lowes.com. You can't get it in the stores. Even the Husky stores don't carry this one. I don't know why, and it's the most powerful one. It's more powerful than their commercial unit. I don't know, but yes, I go OCD and clean out all the cracks and everything, but I'm actually rushing because this rain is coming soon, so don't laugh. And yeah, believe it or not, even if you didn't get anything on these cars, always make it look like you care, because believe it or not, people are watching. And I'd rather them see that you care than them not caring, and then they'll find something wrong. But anyhow, so thanks for watching, and yeah, kind of a nice car. I didn't want to get grass all over it. And I'm not a jerk, but I gotta talk about power washing this driveway. You can drive with sidewalk. You can see how bad it is. There it is. It's getting there. You see what I'm talking about? Jet airplane. This was the first cut. It wasn't bad. There's that line. See that line? Yeah, that's not a line you want. That's not a stripe line. That is a deck line. But overall, I mean, the machine's cool, but that issue persisted me for about a week now, so we'll talk about that later. Alright, well there you go. That's the very first cut. First customer cut with the standard 36. Boy, I got a lot of learning to do. I definitely have to get some kind of chute blocker on it ASAP. It shoots out way too far for these small yards. Makes it redundant without it. It took me an hour and a half to cut this grass, and that's using both mowers because I was stopping and starting and filming. So really, I can get this yard done in an hour with the Time Master, but like that center in the back was pretty thick, actually, believe it or not. I could have just cut the grass on really high and be done with it, but we're supposed to get more rain tonight, more rain Monday, Tuesday, so I had cut it on the average cut, which is I cut it down because the grass is very healthy. As you can see, it all came back. This whole spot was brown in the front, and it's coming back. You can see I call it like the contour of the property. And I was concerned about that one wheel being off, wondering as if it was going to mess up my cut. It seemed to blend pretty damn well. I mean, I do see something there, but that could just be the way the grass laid over. But that one wheel is a little higher than the other, and it's making a little bit of a spin. So I don't know if there's anything I can do to adjust that, but like they were saying, a lot of mowers have that one wheel that just sometimes happens to spin a little bit. I had that even on my zero turn to one side, but not as bad as that. I don't know. I gotta just see, because you know when something's maybe perfectly level and the ground's just a little bit off, but I'm telling you, if it's always that one side, then it tells you that one side is a little bit higher on the wheel. So I might just take the bolts off myself and adjust it. I think that's the only thing to do, but I don't know, we'll see. It's not so much the bolts, I think the actual spindle itself, the whole arm coming out right on the end, I think it's just a slight tilt. Maybe it got banged in transit, that's what I'm wondering. Who knows? I don't know. I always get the stuff that something's wrong with it, right? But hey, it cuts great. It cuts better than I thought it was going to cut. So that's good, and in some areas I can tell how it cuts. So it did a good job, and I'm really pleased with it. So the customers are coming outside, so I'm going to talk somewhere else. Alright, well hey, thanks for watching. Just some pictures from some of the video screenshots. This was the first time actually using it. I did cut my yard, but there was no grass to cut, so I'm actually, as this series goes forward, I got some issues that developed with this mower. I was really upset. At the same time, it's whatever. But it cuts good. And then it was cutting bad, then it was cutting good, and I was like, for $8,000, I was getting a little concerned. But I have an appointment, the dealer's going to look at it, so when you're watching this is like 2 weeks ago, and we're going to recap later, and we'll get into it. I know, I get the stuff that's always wrong, and people are going to go, you don't know what you're talking about, brr, I got one of these, brr, it's the best thing in the world, brr. Look, I like it. This is what I bought. This is what I wanted. So I'm gonna make it work. But you know me, I'm expected to get the stuff that doesn't work right. So that's it right there. I picked it out. That's the one I wanted. Yeah, the handlebar was bent, but they fixed it. So sure can think about, we're gonna be seeing some more issues popping up with mesh coming out and different things. And why is that picture there? Anyway, but some yards that turned out pretty good. So this thing likes to cut thick grass, doesn't like to cut low grass. And this was okay, but it was making lines, and so we fixed this problem somewhat. But I'll have to really go into depth of my opinion on that. But I think it really needs to, it's not striping, but it does have fun. The mower likes to have fun, I can tell you that. So that's definitely working. And OCD is not good for what's going on. So don't forget to like and subscribe.